Hello guys, my name is Courtney King and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the easiest jobs to get in tech. Now, I know a lot of people have done this video, but whenever I watch them, they are the worst. And like, even if you Google easiest jobs to get in tech, like the first thing that comes up is web designer. How is that the easiest job to get in tech? So anyway, today we are going to go through one of my favorite jobs to recommend to people if they're trying to break into tech. This is great for someone who doesn't have a lot of work experience and or a lot of education. So maybe you don't have a college degree, maybe you don't have any sort of certifications, and you're just trying to get a foot in the door. This role is also really relevant outside of tech, which is another reason that I like it. I'm going to be doing a 4-part series. And so every single episode is going to be about a different role in tech that I think is actually quite easy to get. It's going to vary based on your experience and your education, but look out for the rest of them. Okay, so today's role that we're going to talk about is customer support. This one is one of my favorites. And like I said, this one is relevant really to all sorts of different industries. If you look for customer support jobs, entry-level customer support jobs online, you can find a bunch for all sorts of companies. So there are many reasons why I think customer support is a good starting place, especially like I said, if you have really no experience, really no education. If you're someone who's more advanced in your career, like maybe you're coming from another career, like you're a nurse or you have a degree in something else and you want to move into tech, then I think that there's other jobs that might be a better fit. Customer support, I think, is really good for someone with not a lot of work experience. No corporate experience, and possibly no education. So customer support's great because it is no experience necessary. Essentially, what you're going to be doing is exactly what it sounds like, providing either digital or telephone-based customer support to customers. Could be for anything. Maybe you work for a furniture website, and so people call in and try and get refunds on their furniture, or maybe you work for a tech company and you're going to be sitting behind a chatbot. You're the person behind the chatbot that's answering questions when people come to the website. It can manifest itself in many different ways. It's usually obviously either digital or telephone based. It doesn't really matter, right? This job is pretty easy to get for the reason that it doesn't require a lot of experience. It's easy to train someone for this role, generally, especially if it's not a very technical role. And what I love about it is that can open the door to a lot more opportunities. So let's take tech, for example. If you get hired for a tech company as an entry-level customer support person, what they're going to do is they're going to train you on their product, obviously, so that you can answer low-level customer questions about what's going on. Oh, hey, I'm locked out of my account. My password doesn't work. Or, hey, I've been trying to use this feature and for some reason it's not working, blah, blah, blah. And you help them out with it. But it can open the door to a more technical career route if that's something that you're interested in. If you're working for a company that has sort of a technical product and you get a little bit training on it and then you get good at it and you start to move through the ranks within customer support, that can open the door to a whole technical career. Now, it'll probably have to be supplemented with certifications and things like that. But again, if you're just trying to get your foot in the door and get your first step, this can be a really, really good option. It's likely going to be remote. A lot of companies are moving away from physical call centers just because they're just cost more money than having people work from home. So it's great if you're looking for a remote job. Do they pay that much? Usually no, right? Usually something like $40,000, $50,000 a year, maybe 60 on the high end. But before an entry-level role, you're looking at like 40 to 50, maybe 55 if you get lucky. But look, if you're working for a company that has other resources, good benefits, room for growth of your career, I mean, that then take the 40, take the 50, right? It's again just meant to be a step in the right direction. The role does have high turnover. Why? Because it's hectic, it can be hectic. Anybody who's worked any sort of customer service job knows that customers are draining generally. And just like many different roles in many different industries, there's typically more work than there are people to handle all that work. So yeah, it can be chaotic. It can be hectic. You can be put under pressure, especially if you work for a tech company or a company that requires you to hit specific SLAs. An SLA essentially is just a period of time in which you have to respond to a customer or solve their issue. If you're put under a time crunch for every single issue, yeah, it can be kind of hectic, kind of chaotic. It's possible that you could have bad work-life balance here. It's possible that the role can be high stress. So the thing with trying to get a job in tech, if you're going to try to come in with no experience and no degree, which is totally fine, is you're going to get probably the least desirable jobs. The point is to work your way up, right? The point is to just use this as a stepping stone, prove yourself. And honestly, in the beginning, kind of put up with the fact that you have bad work-life balance, put up with the fact that it can be high stress. You're just going to have to put up with those things, right? That's the give and take of the industry. You can get in with very little qualifications, but you're going to have to do the work that other people don't want to do. So, because it has high turnover, this is a good and a bad thing for you, right? It means that, your team itself might be kind of chaotic, but there's usually a lot of room for advancement. And if you do well, if you can prove yourself, you can advance pretty fast and quickly start looking at like a team leader position or a more specified role within customer support. So depending on the product, maybe they want you to be an expert in this specific feature, this specific product out of their product line, and you only handle technical requests that are related to that feature. So yeah, customer support / technical support, that is a really good option for someone who just really has no qualifications, right? Like I said, there's pros and cons to it, but this is probably my favorite one to tell people about. What would I say? When should you not go for this role? You should not go for this role if you cannot handle a high-paced job. You should not go for this role if you're not interested in a customer-facing position. A customer-facing position requires you, as we all know, to be like super nice and polite under stress, oftentimes when a customer is being really difficult. That's not for everybody. And if it's not for you, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm going to have options that are for you. But if that's something that you can handle, if you are fine working in like a hospitality environment, working in any sort of customer support or customer service position in real life or retail environment, then this would be a good option for you. You likely already know how to talk to customers, and it might just require you to learn some high-level technical stuff. Okay. That's it for today. Like I said, I've got more roles coming up. I'm going to be doing 4 episodes in this series about the easiest jobs to get in tech. They're, again, going to range based on how much experience and or if you have a degree. Hopefully I have something for everyone. If you have not already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. What are you waiting for? Help me out with the algorithm. It ensures that more people get to see my content. So I really appreciate that. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.